Hello and good
Hey,
evening, and welcome to The
the
Truth
truth
Behind the
behind the
Truth.
truth.
We're not
Woo.
minus two. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a big event in
Yes.
LA today, so our pinpointed time frames are kind of
Yeah.
messed up today. Traffic is a bear, man. I mean, you got these
Mm,
events going on, and I'm sure you guys know that the bridge burning, kind of
yeah.
reminds us back in Atlanta. I
Woo.
mean, really like the same thing
Everywhere we
happened.
go, there's a bridge
There's a
burning,
bridge burning.
right? Somebody's cold out
Somebody, no,
there
no,
burning up
somebody
stuff.
burning bridges. That's what it
Oh yeah,
is.
literally burning
Literally
burning the
burning bridges.
bridges,
That's a
burning the
mess.
bridges.
But anyway, yeah. So
Yes.
traffic here is just really really on the challenge level right now. So the rest of our cast will be joining us very shortly. Darnell will be here and Parnell will be here. So we will get them in as soon as they can. I know, like I said, with traffic in LA, trying to get to our designated independent studios, kind of makes it a point like that. But anyway, so we're gonna have a great show today. Oh my
Yes.
gosh, he and I have been like, we get excited because we talk about stuff that's going on in the news and politics and
Mhm.
religion and people business and all that other type of stuff.
Well, let me just say
Uh,
this. Okay,
well, let me
y'all.
ask you how you doing first.
Well, I'm doing okay, but I
Okay.
gotta get this
Okay.
out because I'm so sorry, y'all, but I'm so excited. My girl, Fantasia.
Yes.
Now I have to say, I'm waiting for this movie to come out. I've been waiting since my god, since I heard about it, since the pandemic.
Yes. Looking good. Looking good.
Let me tell you, I am so proud of this girl. I've been following her since 2004.
Right.
I have seen the ups and the downs. And let me say this girl has come a long way.
Yeah.
Y'all better recognize that this is what you call somebody who has survived something that was so crucial in her life.
Right.
I remember when she did the VH1 real reality show.
Right.
She had on a reality show on VH1, and it was a situation where she was having issues with support of her family, supporting her family through financial means, situations with disruptions of career, then the suicide, which we all know of because of a situation with a lover or her baby daddy.
Call it what it is.
Call it what it is. It was something that just shouldn't have never happened, but it happens because we're human.
Right.
But look how far she has gotten, and look where she's at right now.
Yes.
I just want to tip my hat to this girl for her growth.
Yes.
I hope and pray that this career goes into the stratosphere, which we already know it's been, but it's great that she's getting her roses. Let's just say it like that.
I totally agree.
And Oprah and all of them, I just can't wait to see The Color Purple. I mean, it's going to be something. The reviews are off the charts. Taraji and Danielle Brooks and Coleman Domingo and all of these people. Y'all, this is what we prayed for when it's great Black entertainment.
Right.
Not only Black entertainment, but American entertainment.
Yes.
And we can go down the list of one of the greatest Black films in Hollywood history.
Right.
But I would count this as one of them. So I would just tell people, go support, go get your tickets. Please go get your tickets and support this cast because I think this is going to be a great film for the family, especially for this new generation who have never seen, for some strange reason, The Color Purple.
And that's amazing.
That is crazy to me. How could you have not gone through not seeing The Color Purple? I'm just saying.
Number one, it's typically it's an iconic film that first started off. A very iconic film that set a precedence for, I think, the most nominated Oscars for a film of its capacity with an all-Black cast.
Wow.
So going back to 1985 when that happened, and so with that, and of course the huge disappointment that the movie didn't win an award at all.
Wait a minute, the film that won best film that year was out of Africa. Darnell, hey, how you doing? You got to come into this conversation, baby.
So I'm sure you probably heard it logging in there. So my point with this is that it really it stood the test of time. You know what I mean? It really did. The concept, the movie, it stood the test of time, and then it became a cult film. You know, it started being shown everywhere, whatever the case could be. So, you know, and beautiful that, and then, you know, writers in Atlanta, I have to give a shout out to the Alliance Theater. Alliance Theater in Atlanta did the first original version of The Color Purple, the musical.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
It was so brilliant that it was done there in Atlanta that that Oprah got wind of it. Okay, so Oprah came to Atlanta and saw the movie. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, the play, and she said, "Oh no, this is going to Broadway."
Quincy Jones did too.
Right. So they continued and said, "This is going to Broadway." Okay, so the first thing they started the history is that they had to rechange some things, of course, to get it ready for Broadway. They introduced a better concept plot in the music. So they got Quincy, what's her name? Oh God, I'll think of her name later on. What's her name? But she wrote most of all the music for it, and her and Quincy. So they introduced it to Broadway, and it was a hit, you know, on Broadway. So that really brought it back to another generation and what have you. So did its run? Then they did a revival of it. You know, once again, so it introduced another cast, you know, to it. You know, as well as when Daniel Brooks got involved in different ones. So anyway, of course, it closed. We're moving on. So the talk was to have it as a movie. You know, the movie musicals, because movie musicals are pretty, you know, pretty standard nowadays, you know, in some form or fashion. If it's good, people are going to go see it. If not, you know, here we go. But, you know, of course, with the success of Dreamgirls and different ones, you know, they moved on. But anyway, so that's where it kind of came from, you know, and that. Yeah. So now it's another generation, you know, of that is being able to be exposed to it. So I'm encouraging you guys, take your family. All right. Doesn't matter what color you are. Yes, it is centered around a Black family. We get that. However, everybody should be exposed to the wonders of The Color Purple story. This cast is brilliant, as you said. The music is brilliant. If you're a musical fan, even if you're not a musical fan, take your ass to go see the movie. I mean, the movie, okay? Please. All right. Lastly, then I'm going to shut up. Then coming back to Broadway, guys, this summer, which we're going to see it before then, but The Wiz is coming back to Broadway after 50 years. Can you believe it? New cast, new other stuff. We're going to see here in LA before the same cast before it gets to Broadway, but it opens in Broadway on March of this coming year. Oh no, May. I'm sorry, May after it leaves here. So anyway, two great plays, and a great film to go see. And I'm gonna shut up. Go ahead.
Well, Darnell, how do you feel about? I know we had talked about this in some episodes of this show, but how do you feel about Fantasia's glow up? Because it's happening right in front of our eyes at this point.
I think you might be on mute there. No, not yet. We're still not hearing you. No, not yet. Well, figure it out. We'll go ahead and talk, and then give me a finger when you got it figured out. Okay. So anyway, but back to your point about where it is, and then Fantasia's success. I think that I'm excited for her, you know, to be able to move in a different plane, you know, and I think that her team and the people that are around her now is better, much better suited. Because I think once she left American Idol, and of course, we all
now we can hear you, Darnell.
We hear you now.
All righty.
Okay, there you go. So anyway, you know, I think it's a really great time for her. You know,
I think it's a good time.
And succeeding and being in the category of early rewards. Time after, before you get your point down, we have to make our points real fast. We didn't. We got to start talking about it. But get your mug. You know, everybody get your mug. Get your mug. Get your mug. Get your mug. All right.
Get your mug. Yes. Almost Christmas time. It's almost. Your mug.
You can order them like to sending an email right to our email to ttbttshow@gmail. $15.99 free delivery on that. Also want to remind you guys about our contest. Your contest. You can simply get a free mug. All we're asking is send an email with 10 likes and 10 shares, friends, whatever case may be, that they are connected to social media, and we will review them and send you a mug out as well. All right. So please, I want your support on both sides. All right. Darnell, go ahead and get your part.
No, I was just saying that I think that she's finally getting her due diligence for all of the suffering and all of the everything that she's been through. You know, it's kind of like the universe is paying her off.
Yeah.
And I like to see the glow on her. I like to see how great she's looking, how happy she is, the great response that she's getting with this being her actual second acting gig.
Right.
And well, I would say this is her first main gig.
Right. This is a true sense of
This
the
is
word. Yes.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and they said that she embodied it. She did the work, she did the homework, she did the studying, she did everything that she needed to do, and it was crazy. I was watching an interview from her, JB, and it go back to a conversation that we had before when she was saying, I wanted to make sure that when you guys see this character, you don't see Fantasia, you see Celie. When you see this, you don't see Fantasia. You see Celie. She said, I wanted to embody this body of work to be so great to the point where you don't see who I am as Fantasia, the singer, all of that. You see Celie, and I'm telling her story. Wow. So I think it's going to be amazing. Get your tickets.
I think so too.
And I want to add this too. You know, not only have she did The Color Purple, but she did a show called After Midnight, and it's it was on Broadway. Yeah. It's on YouTube. Whenever you get a chance, go and watch it, Darnell. But you know what? I think this is up her alley. I think because we have never seen her in something that is of How You Doing, Mary, of an acting bit like this, she can embody characters. She can step out of her comfort zone when she feels like it. I just think it takes a push. But what got me was during the interview when she said that she told Oprah and she told Scott Sanders that she did not want to do the film. I almost said, girl, why did you want to turn down an opportunity like this? I understand that she didn't want to go back into that fold again because she had lived it when she was going through what she was going through, even when she was playing Celie. Right. But I think this was my thing. It was like, girl, don't. Oh God, if Oprah's saying, I think you're good, I think we need you to come and do this, I don't know if it would have been me saying no. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, depending, you know.
Well, again, where her headspace was at the time, you know what I mean?
Yes.
And then the confidence level probably wasn't, necessarily wasn't there. And she got a lot of bricks and stones and everything thrown at her for a lot of different reasons. I got to admit, I'm always like, but I was very critical. I got to be honest. I mean, and I'm saying rightfully so. And here's the thing why I say that is coming from an actor that understands, coming from an actor that has studied, and I criticize every actor. Okay, that's what actors do, because that one of the things is we look at what a person is bringing to a character, so that when we have the opportunity, we want to bring something else, in light to that particular character, and make sure that we're on our job. So it's nothing wrong. It's kind of criticism and love. At the end of the day, and I'm going to say that, then we got to go break. Just like Meryl Streep, considered the greatest actor of all time, right?
Oh yeah. Okay. Devil Wears Prada.
She says that she criticizes actors. She may not talk about it, but she criticizes actors too, but not criticizing them to the way that it seems demeaning them.
Like Bette Davis.
Well, you know how Bette Davis was that way.
But Bette Davis criticized everybody.
But she says that she does that because she learns from them.
Yeah.
And she learns the different nuances, from them as she's dissecting what they've done, they've done in their, with that particular role that they have played. And people will say to go to break. Everybody knows that has seen it. If you have not seen it, see The Devil Wears Prada. To me and everybody else, it's one of Meryl Streep's best roles.
Oh yeah.
I mean, everybody.
It's my favorite movie.
It is grown to be my favorite movie. I can watch this thing over and over again because Amanda Priestley wasn't playing, but she got that role. She developed that character from Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Okay. So, if from his Dirty Harry series, you never would call out the two, but she meshed that character of Dirty Harry into Amanda Priestley. All right, we got to go to break. We're coming back with just a little bit. We got a lot to talk about tonight. We're going to celebrate our Thanksgiving, toward the end of the show tonight. But we got a lot of things in the media, not news, man. I'm sorry,
media,
entertainment. I'm sorry, my head's run all over the place. So we will be right back again with our engineer, Dr. Charles McIntosh will be right here with us as well. All right, we'll see you guys in a quick minute.
All right.
All right, and we are back. Yes.
I see Charles up here.
Welcome,
Hey.
Dr. McIntosh.
Good evening.
Yes.
Atlanta's best wisdom and secret. Okay.
Well, let's jump into it.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Let's jump in the water.
We're gonna jump in. We're gonna dive in good, okay? But I do want because we got a little bit. I know we got to really be conscious of our time because we got a lot to cover tonight. Hey, good evening, Twana. A lot of things to cover, tonight, and to go through these different steps, because I do want to spend at least 7 minutes in our thankful mode toward the end of the show, so we want to bring that in as well. But real quick, we're going back to entertainment. All right, where we were, Will and Jada. Okay, Jada and Will, Jada, Will, however you want to put it. Okay. So the other allegedly, and we got to talk about this, okay? Because when we talked about this in our meeting, okay, thank you for the absolute where we're going to go with that, Charles. I now we can talk about the meat, okay? But I want to bring this to a point with them, at least to put a little dessert with it, so that everybody can kind of get a little harmony and understanding where he is, possibly where she is, and whatever the case may be. Okay, so let's real quick dig into the dirt. Okay, and let's dig into the allegedly, and then we'll come back and smooth it over, kind of put some nice cream on top of whatever. I don't mean it that way, but but here's the allegedly. Okay, you guys can give it a point. So the allegedly had been out for quite some time. All right, about Will and Dwayne Martin. Okay,
yeah.
If you didn't read it, guys, it was all over the gossip news and also for a long time, and it also had alleged pictures that, well, they weren't alleged, they were pictures because they do an investigation knowing that Will had bought another house in Malibu, okay, and this house was for him and Dwayne's rendezvous. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
If I'm keep saying alleged, it's still alleged.
I want to make sure we hear it because I don't know none of these people.
Allegedly.
I don't know none of them.
Alleged is the king that moved in, and
right.
so you got to recognize the king when he moved in, and
I don't
allegedly.
know.
So,
I'm not Tasha K either. I don't want to get sued.
That's why you see, I'm like,
that's why the allegedly is out there. Okay,
I don't know.
So anyway, So the scheme of this had been going on for some time. Okay, stop. It's been going on for some time. All right. It was a part of the understanding of their relationship that they could have, different opportunities. All right, within the ranks of it. So here recently, because of Jada's book tour, it resurfaced again. All right, and now it's magnified more than it was, I think, originally, because some people were like, whatever. But now, because of the family exploitations, have exposed it. So but I want to smooth it over in a minute. But go ahead, give a point on it.
Well, we all know, and I've heard this before. Hollywood is Hollywood. It's not your average American community.
Right.
They are on a different playing field. What we think is wow, what they think is average. They don't live the way we live. They don't think the way we think because they have access to everything. Right. So I'm not surprised by this story. But what I'm trying to figure out is this coming out, how is this going to advance us as a people? Well, how is this going to advance us as a culture? And then on top of that, why are we still, if the situation alleged is true, why is it now our business? That is none of our business. And the guy who came out with it, why is it important?
We'll get there.
But the guy who came out considered Will consider him a friend. Now, you know what? And we talked about this with Keke Palmer. I think if you are a commodity and you run a business and you have lots to lose, you need to start really talking to your, really getting to know the people that you bring into your world. Right. Because people out here are leeches. Right. They're leeches. Right. And this man was a pure leech. And I believe Jada when she said there was some business dealings that went down through it just went down because of financial situations. And now this story has come about. Now, we all know Will had did a movie called Six Degrees Separation for many years since then. Everybody thought he was gay. Right. But at the end of the day, I kept thinking to myself, why does it matter? Right. It doesn't matter to me. That's not him being gay is not going to help me pay my bill. But it's just the fact that people are so into this story that it's absolutely ridiculous. It's a waste of time. and it's a distraction. Go ahead, Darnell.
Well, let me say this before you do. You know, the sad part about this.
I know, Darnell. He ain't
I
gonna
know,
let you speak.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
Gemini.
the exploitations of people's sexual lives are the problem. What goes on in these kind of conversations with these? They always want to be exposing people for their sexual activity. But go ahead, Darnell. That's one of.
I'm just with Dallin. Like, what the factor of all of this is like now it's like you doing pilot patrol because it's going from one thing to another to another. It's like a pilot patrol. And the hiccup part about it is this. Guess what? He is a person who has learned and has mastered the industry to the point where he play into everything that they say. He'll go and do stuff just to play into it because at the end of every day, he don't give a damn. He's still going to be rich. He's still going to be doing business. He's still going to be doing all of these things. It's just publicity for him.
And you know what I'm saying? Broke.
Well, not us.
I'm just saying, all of us. Well, those who are making a big hill out of this will be broke. But go ahead, Darnell. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so it's just it's one of those things. I just feel like it's a distraction, and we need to focus on things greater.
Right. True.
Truth behind the truth.
Right. Charles.
Just greater things. That's it.
Well, as they say, and this too shall pass. The problem we have right now is not so much as because of being in 2023, your sexual orientation is not such a shock anymore as it used to be.
Right.
You know, it used to be a time you saw a guy holding another guy's hand, they'd be like, oh my God, clutch the pearls. What happened?
Right.
We're in a whole nother societal pivot at this time. Right. So that is nothing but being messy. And without, as they say, throwing us off subject, Hollywood is full of people with creative juices. And we all know that creative juices call for being outside the box and being different from the norm. Right. You can't do things normally and be as successful. Look at Stephen King. I wouldn't call him an axe murderer, but I would say he's pretty demented in the way he thinks and he writes.
Right.
Does that mean he's out there killing people regularly just to write his stories? And in the same vein, when we talk about this, we also got to talk about the hot news of the day. I mean, hey, everybody knows this.
Yes.
Hey.
Yeah. And we will get
Kelly.
there.
Oh.
Who else is it? I mean, everybody has their ways. Now we're in this stage where I just want to point out how much worse your stuff is than my stuff. Instead of just saying, hey, you know, and then I'm like Ayala with about Jada. True, I'm not a fan of Jada anymore after all this, but I still think as a human being, she deserves her healing. And if we all remember, she did all this to discuss her healing. We flew from the healing to the pointing to the sexual assault on the young man, emasculation of will to the, we just went everywhere. And like we know, and I'm a firm believer in this too, is that when we get caught up in things, it's just like the topic of the show today, challenges of the unknown.
Right.
This was the heading for the show today, because people are so vested into things they don't know. They'll even pick up stuff to feel like they're relevant. They'll put anybody's stuff out there any kind of way just to seem like they're getting clout. Like I'm that person that discovered it, or I'm the person that really R. Kelly was dealing with young girls in Chicago way back in the 80s.
Right.
Because he hung out at the high school. We all knew that. Everybody from Chicago knew he hung out at the high schools. That's where his stomping grounds were. And I'm like, not to disparage, my city, but it's a very common thing of older men and younger women. It's because look at where we're at now. Young women love being spoiled and pampered, so you got to have money.
But you know what? Let's get off this Will and Jada thing just for a few minutes. Okay. Britney Spears, we're now learning through her book what grooming looks like too in her situation. You talk about female artists, male artists, child artists, people who come from nothing and get into an industry that can exploit talent in the worst way. Right. And you see somebody that has been through all types of craziness in her life. Right. And now, it's just now she's coming over. Hopefully she's getting the help that she needs. But if people don't wake up to the fact that when you want to be an actor, you want to be a singer, you want to be this, you want to be that, you better wake up to these stories. Right. It's all right to be famous, but you know, fame costs.
Yes, it does.
Yep.
Fame costs. Who
A
was
lot.
it? Judy Garland said this. Why should we pay a price for fame? Why should we pay a price for fame?
Right.
That was a statement out of desperation because she paid the heavy price.
Right,
Like from Michael to everybody has paid a price for fame.
Right.
The fact is, if you love yourself enough to say, you know what, I know who I am, I know what I'm about, I know this foundation that I stand on, then hey, I'm just saying go for what you know. But look at these stories and make it clear to yourself that this is what can happen. Right. This is what happens when people are making money off of who you are. Right. And I'm just gonna leave it there.
Right. Well, like you said, just to bring it into, we're gonna move on. I personally think, and we discussed this a lot, you know, for where Will and Jada end up in their relationship, in their marriage, is their business.
It's their business.
Okay, it's their business. If Will did have a home for him and Dwayne, guess what?
It's their business.
It's their business. You know, lastly, since the slap, Will is still the second highest paid actor in Hollywood. Tom Cruise is number 1. Will Smith is number 2. He has not lost a beat. Okay, now we were going to talk about the slap and the things behind the slap. We'll say that for another time. Maybe we can, you know, deviate from where we are. But I just want to say that people of color, doesn't matter what color you are, I'm just saying people of color. All right, these rumors, these alleged, all of these things that have been alleged by Tom Cruise, why he left Katie. Okay, same thing. All right, that he was having all these illicit affairs in, you know, in different places all over the world with different men. Okay, so that's been another legend that's been going on out there. But one thing that I can say, okay, black people, all right. Okay, hold on. Okay, all right.
Well, we are the Channel 6.
Okay, well, see,
we are the Channel 6.
The truth behind the truth is that y'all got to start loving people for where they are.
Amen.
Stop trying to lay church rules out on everybody saying what you think it should be and that and third. Appreciate people for where they are. And whether they're gay, straight, up, down, in between, up, whatever, had 80 baby mamas and daddies, I get it. Okay, it seems strange, but in their world, it's not strange. And we've got to start appreciating people where they are. That's where the love begins, and where appreciating people where they are. I have to say about my white counterparts, love y'all dearly, but y'all know how to appreciate the people. All right.
Like Tabitha Brown say, it's their business.
It's their business, and they leave it there. Stop putting your shit out there. Okay, that's all I'm saying. You know, and let's love on people when something do come out. Say, oh, you know what? That may be true about it, but guess what? I'm gonna love them and support them anyway.
And NDAs do come in handy.
All right, they do. Tyler Perry knows. But anyway, so moving on.
All right.
You know, moving on. So the other point you were going to talk about tonight, you know, in the entertainment, and then we're going to get out of entertainment.
Well, you know what? I know we talked about
Puffy. I'm sorry, Puffy.
Love, whatever his name is, Puffy P. Diddy. Love family. What y'all thought about this story? Because this story is based on grooming, based on the industry. I mean, at the end of the day, this 19-year-old girl meet with a music mogul for many years, have did all types of stuff in his life, been with a whole lot of people in his life, This is no surprise to me. This is no surprise.
Well, you know, and the thing about this is, this wasn't 2 weeks ago. The other distraction was coming out that he was allegedly with some couple fellas. So, you know, I think this alleged is coming up to cover up the fellas at this point. You know,
I'm sorry, I beg to differ. The fellas have been for the last 5 to 6 years. It didn't just come up. It's been going on. What's his name? X, the rapper X.
No,
he said it. He went to X to the Z. Yeah, he said he went to a party with him, and Puffy was at a party allegedly dealing with a bunch of men. It was a male gay club, and he said he was wondering why he had him there with a young lady when there was all the men in there hugging and kissing. But that's not new. And the thing about the Puffy thing with Cassie is she asked him for $30 million. He said, "Nah, kick rocks." She said, "Okay." The next day she came out, said, "This is what happened." He said, "Give her money, no matter what it costs, and let's get rid of this." And the next day it was over with. And 50 Cent said it best. Once they smell blood in the water, now every woman that Puffy even breathe on is going to come out the woodworks.
Come after him, right?
You get it to me now.
Right. You know, it's just, again, it goes back to what I said earlier. You know, I mean, we these stories are going to keep coming out. You know, I mean, at the day, as long as you're in the industry, we're all here in the industry. We're not doing those type of things, but we're all here in the industry. We're a part of this particular industry, and it has the high levels of wrong behavior. But here again, I'm gonna go back to the other industry. You know, that we don't like to talk about the things that go behind the pulpit. Okay, so and as I said earlier, we're very quick to jump on how bad the industry, and it's really not bad, it's behaviors. You know, it's behaviors that we've adopted to for some reason or the other, and these behaviors come out because we've been exposed to something somewhere down the line. Okay, another show. Thank you. That's where we were going to go. So even with Dwight Howard, I'll talk about that in just a second. You know, I know that was part of our conversation tonight. The behaviors. You know, people get exposed to things unwillingly. You know, a lot of times. That's what we talked about this on the last show. You know, and because you're unwillingly or unknowingly, or it's in a trusted position. You know, how many people trust pastors?
A lot.
Okay. How many? How many young girls, how many women, how many boys trust pastors?
It's grooming in there too.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
It's grooming there too.
Yeah. And then, and then all of a sudden, this young guy has issues, and he tries to address these issues. And then those issues kind of exploit him a little bit. So he gets before the church, and then the number one person in the church is the one that exposed him to those issues. Yeah. So I'm saying I'm saying all this to say that there is a mixed bag of problems, if you want to consider it problems, that everybody has. And we just need to stop trying to mask this shit up and deal with it. Now, if it's caused trauma, it has caused trauma, but let's deal with the trauma. Just because you had an unfortunate incident doesn't make you gay. Okay, please. And don't feel like that you have to be because somebody violated you, okay, in the process. That doesn't mean that. You may have to rethink some things. You may have to search yourself and to figure out where that is and deal with that particular trauma. But at the end of the day, it don't make you gay. All right, please. Molestation don't make you gay. All right, at the end of the day. But then again, that's a whole another subject either. Okay, that too. But and I'm gonna say this real quick. I know we got to go to break. So we got so guys, you can tune this in and put it a part of your market. We got some further experts other than us, here on the show coming on. We have Dr. Benton will be here. Okay, a wellness expert, mental wellness. She's coming up soon. Okay, and we have a family counselor, Tamika Anderson, will be back with us again as well to help you guys balance these conversations out in the family and how you need to deal with them. Okay, but hiding. People, it's time to stop hiding now.
Well, it's just time to be real about one situation. Right. I don't see nothing wrong in being honest, and this show is based on living in your authenticity.
Right.
If you are who you are, just live in it.
Right.
And just understand that nobody's paying your bills but you.
Right. Absolutely.
Nobody's putting food on your table but you.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying.
Right. True. Let us get ready to go to break real quick. We'll be back. We got to talk about Dwight Howard, and we will move on to our political point. All right. See you in a minute. All right, welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into The Truth Behind the Truth tonight. It's been a rewarding, exciting show. I want to remind everybody real quick, definitely to get your mug. Get your mug, get your mug, get your mug, get your mug. You can purchase it definitely for $15.99. Send an email to our Facebook. I'm not sorry, Facebook. All right, why am I getting tongue tied tonight? Our email to ttbttshow@gmail. And if you'd like, you can also participate in our contest to get a free mug. Free mug, 10 likes or 10 shares. Send an email with those and that information on to the same email address. We'll review it and send you out a mug. All right, guys. Thank you again. Fellas, we are here, man. It's going to be the rest of this conversation, but we got our brother. And I know how it was in LA traffic. Parnell, how you doing?
I am good. I'm glad I finally, I'm like, move. I got something to go. Pop.
No, I ain't say all that. You nice. I said more than that.
Well, you know, I'm trying not to
get the out the way.
We try to keep the show somewhat clean, but you know that's all right. Hey, sometimes you got to say what you got to say. Like the bird, I like the bird.
You know, I'm doing the Movember thing.
Oh, okay. So you're not gonna shave?
I'm not shaving till December 1st.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
I like it.
Who knows? If I like it, I might keep it. It's kind of like okay.
Yeah.
But let's get back into the conversation, though. Let's Parnell, you just heard a little bit of the show, right? Or are you just walking on into?
I got in just as my commercial was running, so I don't know.
So we'll have to move on. We were finishing. We're talking about the. You can give your part. We're gonna move on about the resurfacing of the allegedly of Will and Dwayne their rendezvous. Supposedly, we finished up with Puffy and the new.
So what's your take on it?
So what is your spot on that, real quick?
Well, you know, I mean, it's been a long rumor, you know, that's been out there, whether it's true or not, it's been talked about, so it's not a big surprise. You know, I kind of smirked a little bit when Jada was like, "I ain't never seen him with no man." Like, of course you haven't. He wouldn't do it when you're around.
Right.
Whatever the arrangement is, you wouldn't see it. So that's telling the truth.
Right.
But I think that if it is any truth to whatever their relationship is, it's their business as a couple. And you know, and they can just however they live their life is their business.
Their business.
Great part of the conversation, whatever. But that's they grown.
Right, exactly, and like I said, just love on them and keep it moving.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, they're
not the only ones. They're not a unique situation. It's like there are a lot of folks whose names we don't know that are in that exact same kind of relationship. Like, okay, well, we love each other, we have this connection, but we live our own lives in these other areas. So,
go to the truck stops, you'll find them.
Oh, you know what? I can't.
You'll find them. Go to the spas. You'll find your wheels. Go to the little parks out there in the wooded area. You'll find your Jadas and your listen. And you just said, and it's the truth behind the truth. Everybody's living their own life. They're living in their situation, whether we know them or not. But people need to, sweep around their own front door before they sweep around others. Because at the end of the day, we don't know what's going on in your life. That's true. Until you get called. That's true. Oh my God. We'll talk about in a minute. So let's wrap up on this Dwight Howard, okay? Oh, Lord.
Because the Dwight Howard situation. I know we're loving on Dwight too. Don't get us wrong, but I think it's gotten a little messy. You know what I mean, in terms of what it is. And I think the messy part about it is that the exposures of, grabbing the crotches and, and all that type of stuff has been out there. And I'm like, okay, Dwight, now come on, bro. I mean, is it on you that great that you got to touch for dick everywhere you go? I'm just gonna be straight up, I mean, at least ask the man, can we go under the bleachers or something?
that's the thing. You see that. Look, this is like anybody who's watched any kind of sports coverage of all these little hidden cameras who catch stuff. There's a lot of that going on, where guys are tapping each other's nuts or there's ass smacking going on. It's a lot of that's happening. So he's not a unique.
It's just funny how they caught that. You saw. I think I said that. It's just how they caught that. He sat down and put his hand in there. And
that's so old. That was old. That was like years and aeons ago when that happened. But the funny part of it was when he was in a situation with the transgender lady. and he had that injury. Was it a tail injury or something like that?
Oh,
Remember,
I don't know.
he had to stay out of the game because of an injury that was kind of embarrassing.
wow.
But you know what? Going back to the situation with the soccer, the women's soccer league in Spain, where the man who was the president of that women's league, when they won their championship, he was on the field giving them all these hugs and he was groping them. It's all within the sport itself. But then on top of that, some of that stuff is a little too over excessive to the point that, you know, we don't think it's nothing, but we don't know what's going on with those players or with those coaches. We don't know what it is until somebody yells sexual harassment. So,
Gymnastics.
Gymnastics too.
Gymnastics. Every Olympics. The guys are hugging and grabbing, and people going, she's a kid. Why is he hugging her like that?
Right. You know, I mean, there's a lot of that going on. I mean, you know, and it doesn't make a pathway forward to what we're talking about. It's just this is letting you know, or there are truths behind the truth. Now, I would not equate, you know, the possibilities of Will and Dwayne's and all in the same, you know, category, because that's one of the sad things, and we got to move on. About but for years, and I think that, you know, Parnell remember. I know you, Dwayne, Darnell probably don't remember it, but I know Parnell. I mean, Charles and Parnell remembers when a person was typically listed or called gay. You know, typically in the earlier time, they were considered a molester. They considered them child molesters.
Oh yes,
you know, and you know, except I mean, just being that, because if they knew that you were funny, or as they call it, funny. I don't want to call that other word they used to say, you know, but yeah, no, right. But I remember growing up hearing that, you know what I mean, and it was all of the molesters type of thing. So it made it look like because you were loving another person of the same gender that you were this type of person.
Don't even count the age.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm so old. Gay men happy, and that's what I'm going to say about gay men happy. Everybody was gay and happy, and my boy Tommy, nephew Tommy, not nephew Tommy, but Tommy on Steve Harvey. He says Aruba Tommy. He says, if I'm gay, I'm the happiest motherfucker on the earth.
Right.
I never took it as anything else.
That's old school.
Right. Yeah, it really is. But anyway, let's move on. So you put up the stupid Taylor Green up there a second ago, Charles. You know, oh my God! You know, it's the one thing. Okay, let me say this, and I know everybody got their point about stupid Taylor Green.
Halloween.
Halloween. Would you say Halloween?
Yeah, the Wicked Witch. The Halloween
Witch, right? Yeah, the Wicked Witch of the. I don't know. The East is too good. The West is I don't know. Anyway, but these past few days, I mean, she has had her ass thrown at her in Congress. You know, these past few days, she really has, and she's been walking off looking completely stupid. What she should have been 2 years ago doing so. So to that, I just think that, and we were talking about this the other day, that we're going to start seeing a shift in this political arena. Okay, this whole allegiance these people think that they're having with Donald Trump, they are gradually stepping away. Okay, there are more and more people stepping away from him. You know, it's not this mass exodus yet. You know, he said that a little bit is none better than none. You know. Say it at the end of the day, but I think as we get closer to the trials and then the convictions and the jail sentences, and you know, and then all this as we're getting closer to the election, I think these people are going to be, you know, more and more distancing them from him, you know, because everybody that's been out there, they've lost, you know. But go ahead.
But my thing is, who in the black sector nominated Charlamagne the God to speak on black issues with the Republican or conservative outlets? I want to know.
I'm bowing my head.
Same person that nominated Killer Mike.
Oh God!
Because for this man to still go on television and say the reason why black folks are willing to vote for Trump because he gave them stimulus checks, that lets me know how really he's not capable of being any type of or having the capability of talking about anything that's political in the sense of making sense, because there have been many people who went on the Breakfast Club and told this man, don't talk on issues you don't know about. Because what you're doing is you hold weight in this industry. People look up to you. And when you talk reckless like that, you make people are believing in the bullshit. and he went on not Tucker Carlson, it was somebody from, I forget his name, but he used to be on CNN years ago, but now he's now been on Fox for some time, but he going there talking to him about, well, you know, black men are black people are now wanting to vote for Trump because he gave out stimulus checks, which we know is a big ass lie. Because we knew the Democrats who ran the House during that time period had to really enforce it on him to pass that damn law or to pass out those stimulus checks, because Trump didn't give a damn.
The only reason he agreed was he had to have his name printed on the checks.
Oh,
well, we all knew that. He had to have his name printed on the checks, like he was giving America a check out of his bank. That should have,
because he had to make America great again. Don't forget.
Okay, right, okay. But right there, I'm just saying. I'm trying to shut up. That right there should have told you idiots. Right. Come on. I mean, right there should have told you that this is the biggest narcissistic ever that had been born in the, I don't know, maybe he was born here. I don't know where he was born. He could have been had somewhere. But it should have told you then.
Right.
How in the hell you didn't know this man was that big of a narcissist?
Right.
Go ahead.
This is the key to this whole thing. When you look at Trump, you have to remember, since we've known Trump, since way back in the Atlantic City days of contracting, he's a shady, lying, bigoted, narcissistic grifter, and nobody seen this. Like the past just whisked away. Everybody forgot all about that. It's the new Trump, and I'm like, he's still the same old dude that tried to hang the Central Park where they acquitted Central Park 5 and had to put a full-page ad to hang him. But now he's a black man's friend because he said he gave stimulus, which, like you said, the Republicans, the whole right, fought giving them checks out.
Right.
But nobody remembers that part. Just like you don't remember that the preachers and the black folks begged Biden to do a criminal act because that was during the New Jack City days when the neighborhoods were being overwhelmed with drug dealers and gangbangers and all that stuff. And then the preachers went to the White House and said, we need help. And they because they figured they needed a white man on the front, they got Biden to lead that charge. Now it's all Biden's fault because he got caught holding the rock. It's his fault that we went through all this with the 3 strikes. Even Clinton admits the 3 strikes was a bad move. But you keep forgetting the people begged them to do that. The black community, because we were overwhelmed with crime and drugs. Right. So we forget all about that part, but we get somebody else and we can throw that, point our finger to.
Right. You're true.
I mean, I'm nodding my head with what Charles is saying, because like the only black folks that I know that are still supporting Trump are just as ignorant as the white folks that are still supporting Trump, because they don't know what's going on, or they only watch Fox, or, you know, and it's just, I talked to a friend earlier today whose father had been like Democrat, but now that he's gotten older, he sits on the computer and watching all these shows, and he's like, well, I saw it on YouTube. He's like, you know, you can get on YouTube and say my skin is orange. Right. That doesn't make it true. Just because you said it there. And so that's where we got a lot of folks who they just believe what they hear and they don't, like, I forget what it was. This is why, don't fact check. This is why, I forget who it was saying that there are so many hoax conservative outlets because they know they don't fact check. Liberals will fact check. Like, wait a minute, they said that. Hold on, and we will go and we'll look on the computer and research to see if there's any validity. A lot of those folks, they just take it as, you know, for what it's worth.
And the Breakfast Club is that they don't fact check anything. I saw an episode of them with Larry Elders. Oh my God! Larry Elders went on there and read a script, and they did not even do fact check then. And not only that, the opposite of the Breakfast Club called this show called Higher Learning. He went on that show and they ran him through the mud because his script is there's fatherlessness in the black community. And the black community in the 1940s was doing better until Lyndon B. Johnson. Okay, then fine. But then on top of that, why were we doing better in the 1940s? Why was there situations in the 1960s that allowed welfare and all that stuff to come through? What were the issues around that time? He could not even give us at least an answer to those things. Larry Elders, and all of these Republican people, they just read from scripts. And you know what we do? Yep, do you know what it is? True. Instead of having any type of critical thinking skills, which I think most Americans don't have a good skill in, unless you're an actor.
The craziest part about it is on Thursday, it came out in World News basically stating they leaked the actual conversation of him giving the people verbatim what to do at the Capitol. Verbatim.
Yeah, absolutely.
And these idiots still, yay, Trump. Woo, you the best thing. Like, are you killing me? Are you kidding me? This is crazy. Yep. Y'all, it's just like the people are in a trance, and it's like they don't want to see. I don't care how much you tell them. If you tell the people, I'll give you $1 zillion, it's like he have them in this chokehold of a trance, and I don't get it. I just don't get it.
It's the most unrealistic point of life I have ever seen. Anyway, we got to go to a quick break. When we come back, we're going to turn just again, and we're going to get in our thankful mode and share a little bit of our things that we've been very thankful about this year and what we have. So we'll be right back. All right, we are back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to The Truth Behind the Truth tonight. It's been a conversation, okay? And it's going to continue to be a conversation with us. I do want to say that, from time to time, we may do it tonight, but we're going to start doing some things we call After the Truth. So the conversation that we are having that we can't get all in during showtime, we have it after the show, so you can still catch it, all right? And find your points within it. But anyway, so we're going to take a little shift right now, and each of us will take a few minutes here just to speak on what we've been very, very thankful and grateful about this year, okay, as our salute to our Creator about being thankful and moving into the Thanksgiving Christmas holiday season. I don't want to go first. I'm going to let y'all go first. I'm going to wrap it up. So, Parnell, you want to go first?
Sure. I'm thankful that we made it through the year this far. Okay. My mom had open heart surgery back in July and is doing a lot better. She's home and recuperating, so extremely grateful for that.
Yes.
And even though we still got stuff to work out with this SAG-AFTRA contract, I'm glad that there has been forward movement so I can get on the screen again.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just grateful to still be in sound body and mind.
All right. Good. Darnell?
I'm with Parnell. Just blessed to see the year thus far. No matter everything that has happened throughout this year, we're still standing. We might not have all the money that we want in the bank, but we yet still been able to have a roof over our head.
Yes.
And food to eat. And it's just, I'm just grateful just for life. That's it. Everything else falls in place.
Yeah, that's true. Charles?
Well, one thing I wanted to express to everybody is that outside of the obvious of being thankful for life, and at this age of the young 62, we have to understand that life is precious to all of us, and the things that we're thankful for, like my grandkids, my parents, my dad's gone, but my mom, my brother, my sister passed. These are the times we have to come together as a group and understand that time is short.
Yeah,
we never ever get this time back. So when you get to the end of this journey, you can't go back and say, you know what I forgot to do? Because there is no do-overs. So be thankful for the people that are in your life now and enjoy that moment as you have it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay.
Yes,
That's good.
so wholeheartedly agree with that, Charles, because you can't go back. Once it's been done, it's been done. But I want to say I'm grateful at least having the health and having this, the sense of just the sense of just getting up, because you just don't. People have it so hard these days, health wise. We all know that COVID has did its run through with with a lot of people, but just to have the health to get up, to go to work, to do the things that I can do, I'm grateful for those things. And plus, it has opened up opportunities for me to find another job. Hopefully, and I pray for success with that too. But yes, I'm grateful at least to be alive and to have the health that I have, and grateful for the opportunities that have now come.
Good. Well, I don't have enough time to really to dig into all of that. I would love to share, but one of the things a few things I will say is that, first of all, I want to say that I'm really grateful and thankful for our audience, and those that have made a choice and a conscious choice to follow and to support the Truth Behind the Truth for these past 4 years, actually. And we are diligently putting to the universe that you will keep sharing, keep liking, and spreading the message of what we're about, helping you find your authenticity, knowing that you're enough, and then telling people to get the hell out of your life. Okay, we really want you to understand that it really is so important. So I really want to say that I'm thankful and grateful for you, our audience. Really am. With that. Personally, I'm excited for my team. I've been very thankful for everybody that you see here, even the ones that represent the Truth Behind the Truth Productions. I am very thankful for my team, and I've been just blessed. We've been blessed to have such great people around us, and that are speaking life into this. This, as I always tell you guys, this is a small portion of what you will see coming from us. You keep hanging in there. I'm telling you, we'll be inviting you to be in a part of the audience pretty soon. Okay, so keep in that. Personally, I really want to say thank you. Be thankful for my health. Thank you for my relationship and my marriage, and thank you for what we have established and we're going to establish. And just life. I mean, and just being able to have a voice for people, and a heart for people. And really knowing that I truly care from the deepest part of me to see humanity get better. All right. To make better decisions, to make better spiritual decisions, to make better decisions over your life completely. Because you're here for only a short period, like Charles said, but make the best of it while you are here. Okay. Let it be your goal to make the best of it. And the number one thing, I'm going to end it with this: let love, number one, as you complete this season and going into 24, let love be the first thing that you need to do each and every day that you put your feet on the floor. All right. You guys have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for being a part of us tonight. We will see you back in a week or so we'll be back live. We will be re-airing this next week for the holiday period. But tell your friends to check it out again. Come and get what you didn't get tonight. All right. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and as you get into the holiday season.
And D-Lo, Mary Lynn, Cousin Tawana, and all of those who have been watching the show, happy Thanksgiving. Whenever
happy Thanksgiving, guys.
I'm sorry, I got to say this, guys. I really want us to send a great energy out to Bishop Pearson. Okay.
Yes.
He is in a
pressing his way.
Yeah, blessings as well. He's in a transitional period. Okay. But we want this transitional period to be very smooth and comfortable as he's been experiencing. The prayers are to keep him on this side. But if he's ready to transition, we need to allow him to do that. We need to allow him to do that. All right. But sending you love, Bishop. Thank you so much. Thank you for what you put into the lives of so many people that trust your word. All right, guys, have a great holiday season. We will see you soon. Right here on what? The Truth.
The Truth.
The Truth.
Did we lose Charles?
Yeah. Well, anyway, we'll keep chatting until I think he probably had a little incident, back there that he needed probably to do. So let's keep talking. Hey, this could be the after the show. Okay.
Yeah, after the show.
The after the show period.
JB, to go back to the factor of when we were saying about the whole Diddy incident. So even though that he paid her this money, it does not exclude him from the federal investigation.
Right. Okay.
He just gave her what she wanted. So he still has this federal investigation. And now Young Miami has pulled back away from him because she don't want his foolishness to tarnish her.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, it's too late now because
that's why I'm like, you might well ride it on out now.
The City Girls bill has gone to hell and back. I mean, now.
I just got the word that we can go ahead and end the show. So, guys, once again, thank you so much for being a part of us today. Hey, we'll keep this conversation going. Believe me. All right.
We're going to keep talking about it.
We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.